Завдяки, допомозі Internews через програму медіа. Велике спасибі Internews. Для мене з особливою, я зараз приємністю хотів би представити пані Марджорі Роуз, бо ми знайомі вже дуже великий проміжок часу. Вона очолювала проєкт Internews в Україні. Зараз вона вже в новій ролі, вона віце-президент Internews. Але дуже приємно, що в цей день вона з нами, що не забуває Україну, і я надаю вам слово.
Доброго ранку. Я хочу привітати вас сьогодні на цій національній розумі, де ми дискутуємо про розвиток медіаграмотності в Україні. Я маю честь розділити сьогодні цей подіум з послом Валерієм Івановичем та заступником міністра Павлом Гадзієм. Now I'm going to switch to English. My name is Marjorie Rouse, and I am Senior Vice President of Internews, and as Professor Ivanov said, I have a long history. My first time in Ukraine was in 1990 as a journalist, and I have been here almost every year since then, and I've lived here quite often, so we go way, way back, and I'm so pleased to be here today. Internews is an international nonprofit dedicated to building healthy, trusted, effective local media in countries and communities where such media struggles to exist. Internews has worked in Ukraine for a long time, and we have a very long history with the Academy of Ukrainian Press, and proud to be a supporter of this, the 6th annual Media Literacy Conference. This conference gathers teachers from across Ukraine to share their experiences in teaching young people how they can be smart media consumers. The second day of this conference is devoted to seminars to help all of you learn more skills and hear the latest developments in media literacy teaching. I myself come from a family of all teachers. I'm the exception. I went rogue into development. So I have a very deep and profound understanding of what a challenging job it is, and just thank you for your commitment. Doing just the job is already huge. Taking on new skills and new commitments is taking on even more, and it is incredibly appreciated. We're also joined here today by Ukraine's leading thinkers on media, those who work to improve the quality of media in this country and fight against the flow of propaganda that's flooding into Ukraine. This is where we're seeing some of the most egregious examples of deliberate disinformation in the world, propaganda that's designed to stop Ukraine from looking towards the West and its future. There's not a single solution to the fake news crisis here or around the world, but we know that teaching people to be responsible and informed consumers of the media can go a long way to limiting the negative impact of disinformation. This is where AUP, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, have played a key role in helping young people decipher the real news from fake news in an age where information is coming at them constantly and from all directions. AUP has provided media literacy training to the teacher training institutes, and these teachers then introduce media literacy components into history and social science courses. And we look forward to how that can expand as we've been discussing. In 2017 alone, 15 schools in Ukrainian government-controlled Luhansk Oblast joined a group of around 300 schools from across the country in teaching and introducing media literacy fundamentals into their teaching. And this is thanks to the hard work of the Academy of Ukrainian Press. But I also want to acknowledge the work of other Internews partners who are here, like Detector Media. I know Natasha's here somewhere, there she is. Internews Ukraine, and also the Philip Orlik Institute for Democracy. Collectively, they have conducted media literacy events for 5,500 Ukrainians since the Internews Ukraine Media Project, supported by USAID, started 7 years ago. Shortly, we're going to show you a video we made in Geneva at 2 schools where teachers are using AUP materials. Alexandra Razmienko is here too, because I know in chat, there you are, hi. It's one of those teachers. She introduces media literacy into her history classes at school number 30. I think she said it best, and you're going to hear her in the video, when we asked her why it's important to teach media literacy to her 11th year students. And she said, in my view, for a generation of digital natives, understanding what is real still proves challenging, but there is a vaccine to fake news. That vaccine is actually news literacy education. It was gratifying to see how effective this media literacy vaccine is proving to be in Chimney, and in another 500 schools across Ukraine where AUP's materials are being used. And in talking with Alessandra before the event started, she just has such joy about this subject matter, and said that when her students realize, and I'm sure those teachers of you in the room will have similar experiences, that when their students realize that they're being lied to, media literacy is like a shiny new toy that they're able to grasp and use and run with. So thank you to you and everybody else who is working along these lines. Also, there's data that's showing the impact as well. Internews' latest annual survey of media consumption in Ukraine revealed a 16% increase in Ukrainians' ability to spot paid news or fake news. So the numbers are showing an increase in understanding, and this is in part thanks to the work that you're all doing. Once again, I would like to thank Ambassador Yovanovich and Deputy Minister Prezident for their thoughtful words, and the United States Agency for International Development for supporting Internews' work and the work of our media literacy partners for so many years. Ukrainians want and need accurate news to make informed decisions. Our ability to filter and critically assess the information we receive and discern between fake news and manipulation is an essential skill. Ukraine is on the front line of misinformation and propaganda. Over the past 8 years, incredible work has been done by AUP and our partners to find innovative new ways, including ways to blend media literacy with civics, with history and other subjects. As the Deputy Minister said, you have a lot to teach others, including in the United States, on how to prepare your population and future citizens to navigate these troubled waters. You are on the cutting edge of learning on how to deal with this, and the rest of the world has a lot to learn from you. We believe that together we will continue to actively work for solutions that put truth, citizen voice, and trust back in public discourse. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you and to wish you a productive conference. Thank you.
Дякую. Ви знаєте, от сьогодні вже згадували про медіаосвіту для дорослих, і ми проводимо такі проекти.